come with me as I spend 5 days in Paris. Okay, so I've landed and taken the train into kind of the city center, and now I'm waiting on a bus to take me to the neighborhood where my apartment is. I was told there was a heat wave and it's freezing, and my jacket is packed away, and I had to buy this umbrella for $18 inside because it's raining also. And I packed like a backpack cover, but not a head cover for camping, hiking, whatever. Okay, we're fine. We've done it. We're almost there. My apartment is in the Opera District, and check-in is not supposed to be until, I think, 2 p.m. It's 11 a.m., so I stopped for a little bit of hot chocolate, and then it turns out they let me come in early. Okay, here's my apartment for the next few days. It's perfect. It's all I need. Whew. So I just had to get on and just record this moment because I'm super emotional. If you would have told me when I was 12 years old that one day I would be sitting at a cafe across from the Eiffel Tower having an old-fashioned or anything, a coffee, a latte, anything, I would not have believed you. And I'm just sitting here so grateful for the life that I've made for myself. Maybe I'm tired, but the gratitude is very real. I booked myself a dinner cruise on the River Seine, and it was delightful. The cruise lasted about 2.5 hours. We traveled down the Seine, turned around, and came back up through a different canal where we got to see the original Statue of Liberty, and then, of course, the light show that is the Eiffel Tower. And then we docked just in time for me to go home and go to bed. I was exhausted after traveling all night and staying up all day to try to make sure that I came to the time adjustment. Bright and early the next morning, I was up and headed to Champagne. For those who don't know, one of my nicknames is Tiny Bubbles. I have always enjoyed all things sparkling, including those you drink. So to get to drink champagne in Champagne was such a beautiful moment in time for me.
Turns. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. Then what you want to do is take the cage itself off. So just go warm yourself up a little bit, and then when you're ready, go for it.
Just pop it.
And it's that easy.
Our tour was the perfect mix of people. We had a young couple from the Ukraine, that was her popping bottles for her 30th birthday, a lady from South Africa, a couple from Down Under, and then another American and myself. It was an utter delight to get to learn about the region and the sparkling wine that I love so much. The tour I went on started with one small family-owned winery and then went to Moet and Chandon, where we learned all about large-scale production and what it really means to be one of the kings of Champagne. Some they go. It's like money. Our tour guide TJ did a great job making sure that we understood the difference between the lore and reality around Champagne. While we appreciate Dom Perignon and Madame Clicquot, I've got to tell you, they are not the end-all be-all in my book. It was roughly a 2.5 hour drive out. On the way into Champagne, we hit a wreck and that added some time on. And it was raining and drizzly, but overall ended in a great day. I then had dinner at Le Grand Colbert, which is known for a movie in the early 2000s. Can't remember the name right now. It did not disappoint. I did not have a reservation and they were able to accommodate. Okay, good morning. So I am heading to Versailles. And I'm very proud of myself. I took the metro to a bus to a train to get here. I got off of the metro one stop too early because I was confused because I got on at what I thought was Ballard, but then it said to exit Ballard. Anyways, I'm figuring out that the name is like the last stop on the thing. Anyway, so I got off one too early, found an attendant. She did not speak English, but together we figured out that I got off too early. Then when I exited, like the app tells you, okay, take the bus, but it doesn't tell you where the bus is. So I kind of zigzagged the street back and forth, and the app was telling me I needed T3, but T3 doesn't work. It's TA4 or something. Anyways, figured that out. Then got to the train station, and that was fine. So we're learning, we're growing. We left 45 minutes extra early to accommodate for the fact that mistakes happen. So my ticket is for 9 o'clock and you can go anytime essentially from 8:30 to 9:30. So like you have a 30-minute buffer. I think I don't have a watch. I didn't bring jewelry. I think I'll get there at like 9:03. So perfect timing to tour the palace. And then I just kind of want to vibe in the gardens for the day. And I might treat myself to an Uber home. It only took, like if I hadn't gotten lost, it would have only taken an hour to get to Versailles from the transit. We'll see it. For my bus pass for the whole week, it was $85. And one Uber is $85. But I've already used the metro a whole bunch, so I feel like I got my money worth. So we'll see. We'll see if I have too many champies and it's just safer to not wander Paris tipsy. Or we'll see. We don't know. The day is young. Oh, and my anxiety even knows what time it is in Paris. So I was up from 2:30 a.m. until like 4 a.m. Just, existential dread. Just the usual. Okay. There she is. Opulence in action. Okay, so I was wrong in the first part. I had 30 minutes from 9 o'clock, not 30 minutes prior. 9 o'clock is the earliest time, and I have to tell you, do it. Wake up early, be the American and do it, because it was really empty for what it is. I got to be in the Hall of Mirrors with only like 30 other people. Later on during the day, there were thousands of people everywhere. It was very overwhelming. So get up early and do it and enjoy the space without being pushed around and shoved around. And of course I had to take pictures of anything with a dog that might be a Weimaraner or Dachshund. There are a few little cafes scattered throughout the gardens. I picked up a bottle of champagne. I wanted to have a glass in the garden. Actually, looking back, I'm not sure this is allowed. I think I was probably supposed to drink it at the cafe, but I minded my business and I wasn't harming anybody, so I didn't get in trouble, but probably not an approved activity, but it was magical. So this is the Temple of Love. So they say. I had the privilege of then going to the village of Marie Antoinette, which was her own little, I don't know, pretend I'm poor while I'm rich situation. You know, humble abode. It was super quaint, super cute, but obviously not how actual country folk live. But good for her. She was doing her best. Then I stopped by Willie's Wine Bar, which is super famous. Everybody has seen a poster or two, and we all love a good dog, so apropos. Then I heard that Hemingway Bar was the place to be. Inside the Ritz, it was amazing. Total ambiance, here for it. Next up was the Loire Valley, and this chateau in particular is famous for being the inspiration of the Beauty and the Beast castle. This chateau is known for saving French works of art during World War II. Just some horses galloping in the French countryside at Chateau. You know, Wednesday. Then we went to Loire, whatever, where this creepy magician has dragons that pop out of his chateau every 30 minutes. And, I don't know, I kind of want to pet them. A little odd. Maybe not how I would spend my money, but you know, good for him. So Catherine de Medici died in this chateau. Chateau has 4 different types of architecture. Baroque, classic, I don't know, 2 others. I wasn't listening. Speaking of Catherine de Medici, I was able to go to her chateau. I tasted wine in the cellar, celebrated the fact that this chateau has only been female owned for hundreds of years, made it through the Revolution, made it through 2 world wars, and this is her apothecary, and led us all to celebrate a woman in charge. I could not help myself, and I had to get an AI generated picture of me as a knight. You're welcome. I made it back from the Loire in time to pop by the Louvre, at least to see the pyramids. And then this is my face when I realize that someone is looking at me and I don't appreciate it. Okay, babes, so it's been fast and furious since I got here. I got here Sunday morning and then checked into the apartment and then took a little nap and then went to the dinner on the River Seine. And then bright and early Monday, I did the wine tour to Champagne, which incredible, incredible. Met some great people, and that was an all day. It was like a 12-hour adventure. Then came and had dinner at, I think, Le Colbert. I don't know, all the words are coming together. Then on Tuesday, I did Versailles, and then meandered and ended up meeting up with one of the girls from the wine tour and had drinks and dinner with her, and that was super fun. And we met another woman who was super cool. And then yesterday was the Loire tour. Not my favorite day so far. I think it could have been the tour situation. I didn't realize I was signing up for something with a 56 passenger bus. That's not my vibe. And the people on the bus were not my vibe. Just not my vibe. Anyways, we did it and went to the men's chateau and then the women's chateau and had lunch in a little town. And then I came back and I was hungry, but I got distracted by the fact that I was close to one of the places that a friend had recommended. So I tried to sneak in for dinner, and I should have known better. Like, I had my backpack from traveling in the day, and this was not the kind of place where that was appropriate. So they let me have a drink at the bar, and they were very clear that I would not be eating at the bar. So that's okay. I should have, but I just didn't want to pay for a taxi home and then back, because I did splurge on a taxi yesterday instead of public transport. Then I walked home and stopped by the Louvre, the pyramids. The sun was setting. It was like 10:30 p.m. It was gorgeous. And I was going to have dinner, and then I realized by the time I walked home that everything closed at 11, and it was 11. So anyways, I just went to bed. I did some laundry yesterday, and what we've learned is I don't know how to use a European washing machine. The clothes look dingier than when I put them in. And I guess I didn't pick like a tumble, like to try to help dry it cycle. Anyways, they're washed. They're hanging in the bathroom to dry. Today, I have nothing planned. So it's 9 a.m. and I'm still in bed, which for me is super late, but I'm tired. But I do have something planned. So the two ladies, like the lady I met from the wine tour and then a lady that we met at dinner, I'm going to lunch with them. We're going to bougie lunch at Lulu. So I'm debating what to do this morning, if I just keep resting, because I know my body is about to go through it with a 10-day tour. So I think I'm going to break this video into 2 parts and do one for the first, like, just 5 days in Paris, and then do one just for the tour. I think that feels apropos. Anyways, I'm sleeping in one of my hiking shirts because I had to wash my pajamas. Because I didn't really bring pajamas after all. They didn't fit, so I have been sleeping in my travel clothes, like that little suit, the little like matching set. Anyways, everything's fine. We're fine. And it's 9 a.m. and I'm still in bed. I don't know who I am anymore. Ah! Lulu on the patio is a whole vibe. Make a resi. Do it. So one of my new besties got upgraded at her hotel, the Park Hyatt in Paris. So we're just enjoying some Chablis in the great room. I have to say, when we're open to magic, we find it everywhere. I truly feel like I have connected with a new human friend for more than just Paris. And then we ended our evening seeing the art installation with the fire from the Olympics, lifting the hot air balloon up and away. Amazing. So it's 7 in the morning, and I'm almost to Sacré-Cœur. I was gonna take the bus, but that was a 30-minute ride. And the walk was 30 minutes. But it did not occur to me it was 30 minutes uphill. Like, I know it's at the top of the hill. Anyways, I just didn't put together. And once I get there, it's 300 steps up to the church. But before I even get to the 300 steps, I have however many these are up ahead. Oh, it's fine. Wait, are these the John Wick stairs? I think they are. I gotta double check this. So I thought I was super smart getting here like first thing in the morning. It said that the Basilica opened at 6:30, so I'm like, score, get here by 7, get to the panoramic view of the city. I'm so smart. Panoramic view doesn't open till 10:30. And there's not like a cafe up here to like chill at for the next couple of hours. And so if I go down, I have to come back up the 300 stairs. That is not my vibe. So I'm a little disappointed, but I guess I should have done my homework. I thought I had done my homework. Oh well, womp womp. But I did hear that there is a garden around the back. Okay, can we talk about the gargoyles? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. I just love how historically things that were functional were also beautiful. Right? Those are rain gutters. Those are just really cool rain gutters. We can't relate. We don't live that way anymore, in my opinion. And I also super love all the runners who are just like streaming by, fast passing it for life. Thanks for reminding me that I'm out of shape. I'm about to hike the tour. Okay, so another bust. The garden that's behind the basilica that's supposed to be stunning is also closed. Oh my goodness. A nun just arrived for work. Is it work if you're a nun? She just arrived to her day life. Well, that's what I get for being an early bird. Sometimes you don't get the worm. But there's the garden that we'll see another time. I'd like to show you the Black Plague is running all through the garden. Look at all those rats. There's a bunch of them. How very Perry. Okay, I was lamenting that there's not a coffee shop up here. But don't worry. There is an Irish pub. So you can get you a little Jesus and then a little guinea. So I guess the lock thing is still happening. All the way down and around. I don't get it. Like, to what end? And also apparently this is where people who've been up all night partying and doing whatever come early in the morning. A car of people just left and it was obvious they were shit-faced. It was like something out of a bad movie. Like it's 7 a.m. Get it together. Anyhow, another group of drunken men who keep looking at me. So, I guess we'll all just find out, won't we? So, I'm not sure if you can see that, like, silver ball. There's like an Eiffel Tower, a skyrise on the left, the Ferris wheel, and that silver ball. That silver ball is what was floating last night, and with fire and glowing gold, and floating in the air. It stinks of urine over here. I gotta go. Well, it took a week, but the Frenchman finally catcalled me. I'll take it. A little self-esteem boost. So I decided that I wanted a massage before the tour. I have walked to 3 different locations. None of them are there, or if they're there, they have different names than what they have on Google Maps and on their website. And I saw like a Thai place when I was walking to the Sacré-Cœur, and I thought I would see it on the way home, but I'm not seeing it, and it's not even on the map. So I'm kind of at a loss, because now like my mind is made up and I want a massage. So I'm gonna just find somewhere to hunker down for a minute, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like the Google Maps should be showing me what's available, one would think. No sé. So, you know, when the universe makes things hard, we should listen. So there's a massage parlor right next door, they weren't open. Then it said there was one like half a block away, doesn't even exist. And then I found one around the corner, and I should not have stayed. I am pretty sure the women who massaged me are being trafficked. The massage table was not a table, it was a blow-up mattress, like a queen-size blow-up mattress pushed against a wall that had mirrors. And I don't know why I stayed, I guess out of manners, and I had to prepay anyways, like not like I couldn't call the credit card company and cancel it. But then I realized that the woman who checked me in, who was in the tiny little dress, was also the woman massaging me. A dress is a loose term. It was probably a 90. And then it seemed like she kept looking at something, because I kept my eyes open. And obviously she's not a trained massage therapist, obviously. And then at one point she like opened the door, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. I was like, no, it's a problem. Close the door. Again, why did I stay? Like, I'm feeling like I betrayed myself right now by not leaving when I immediately felt uncomfortable. And then partway through, like, she was talking through the wall to another woman in Chinese. And then partway through, the door opens. And thankfully, it's a woman. And they're like, it's okay, we've got a trade. And I noticed that woman is also in a 90. And so I just said, oh, I only have 5 more minutes and I have to leave. My husband is waiting. And then I heard a man come in. I don't know why I stayed. It was not a massage. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I did nothing. That's all. I've had a lovely time overall in Paris. I'm very glad I came. I'm glad I did not get a rental car and go all across the country like I intended. It was the perfect entree to the trip of a lifetime. And I'm so blessed because I will have so many more trips of a lifetime. Thank you for following along and watching me. And this is all the food I ate. Well, most of the food. And let us to end on a sweet note. Bienvenue à Paris. And next is the tour.